keeping your ear holes filthy. It's Phillip and Edgar, the Berrynutt Boyz.
Hi, everybody out there. We want to thank you for joining us. This is Edgar Berrynutt, and here to my left is...
You know who.
Well, I know who, but I bet a lot of our listeners are not going to recognize.
Well, I was hypnotized.
And
it changed how I speak.
This is amazing to me because I always thought these sort of things were phony. You pay somebody. This is not the case. I saw this with my own eyes. I was there. You went up on stage, and they wanted to volunteer, and you've always loved being a volunteer. Anything that's going on, Phillip will raise his hand. He doesn't care what it is. He'll raise his hand. That's just
put me in the game.
You want to help. You're there to help. And that's the reason I love having you beside me doing this, because you're helping me.
I like to just jump in and add to things.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's what you did that night. And I'll let you tell it because let people adjust, get used. I think you sound wonderful. You're still the man I love. It's what's in your heart that counts. It doesn't matter how you say it. So if you're happy, I'm happy. But why don't you tell the folks out there exactly what happened?
The hypnotist said, count down from 10. And I did. And when it was over, it changed how I spoke. Completely.
Well, it did. It did. You look the same.
Hell yeah. I'm Phillip Berrynutt.
Looks exactly the same.
I feel the same. My brain thinks the same. He said, imagine that this was a Russian hypnotist.
It was.
And we had gone to Russia to get the ashes of our father.
Our father, Bill Berrynutt Sr., God rest his soul.
And we were speaking to those high-priced Russian lawyers about what our father had left us.
Let's be honest right now, it was not a whole lot. It was not a whole lot. He was involved. He was involved in a lot of things that we weren't totally aware of. But this is a whole other story. I'm distracted.
I hate to go. We could talk for hours about
our dead father's finances. We could.
And seeing Uncle Christmas Gift and
absolutely
and getting to have fun times with him and him showing us around. The Russian hypnotist said, who is one of your heroes? And one of my current heroes is Dr. Sebastian Gorka.
Oh, yeah. And that's what he's a classy man. That man, when you see him on the news, which you don't see him as much anymore.
Intelligent.
Exactly. He is a doctor.
Doctor.
Absolutely. And when he speaks, some people hear racism. I don't. I hear...
common sense.
Exactly. And if that's... And
a rich, calming voice.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's the kind of voice I wish he would do those books on tapes because I would listen to him read just about anything. It's one of those voices.
Well, that's a no-win situation for if he read books about, say, World War II, the liberals would say, oh, he gets so excited in the part about the Nazis.
Oh, I can hear it now. You're absolutely right.
The liberals would say, I can hear his erection through my headphones when he talks about Hitler.
Let's talk about the hypnotist because we got a lot to talk about the media here. Let's because there's
Hell
a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot we have to talk about, and I want you to share this story because it is amazing. You counted back from 10, if I remember correctly.
He said, you're going to talk like your hero, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. because I had an unusual manner of speaking.
Well,
not unusual, but just recognizable.
I would say unique.
Unique.
And as you still are unique. You're still the same person with the same heart.
Basically.
Now it just sounds fancier to me.
It's just sometimes it's French. It is just Phillip Berrynutt doing a sometimes French impression of Dr. Sebastian Gorka.
Now, also on
Pretty
stage,
simple.
this hasn't retained, fortunately for you, but also he did make you quack like a duck. He had him do several
quack.
animals. He had him do, well, Sebastian Gorka, and that's obviously what
And
took.
that carried over into the other animals.
But yes, absolutely. It was
quack, quack, moo.
It was a duck you did. It was a cow. He went through the whole barn yard of animals, as well as dog and cat, which I guess they also live in a barn or can.
They might.
Yes. And you did it all, but this is what seemed to retain, and I tell you what, it doesn't bother me a bit.
Well, a few other things retained, but as you say, we're not going to take me back to the hypnotist because we need the eggs.
Absolutely. Still got that keen wit now. Just sounds fancier.
I'm still Phillip Berrynutt.
I know you are, and like I said, as long as you got that heart, you could be quacking like a duck right now, and I'd still love you because I know what kind of man.
I would love you.
Well, beyond just being family,
the Berrynutt Boyz.
Absolutely, that's us here, and
the Berrynutt Boyz.
It's good to be back and talking with you. Like I said, we lost our father. And also,
but his soul lives on inside the talking Christmas gift.
Absolutely, and that's what's great. You can communicate with him. You can talk with him.
All you have to do is say, "Talking Christmas gift" or "Uncle talking Christmas gift."
Well, you need to wait for him to ask you what's in him. That's just.
Will you ask us?
Yes, he would ask you what's in.
And then he will say,
"The soul of my dead father, or our dead father, if we're both in the room."
What's in me? What's in me?
And he's in there, and provided he's feeling okay, his
soul. He's not always.
Sometimes he doesn't want to talk. He just doesn't want to. You know how you get a Ouija board or something like that. And I'm not comparing the talking Christmas gift to that sort of, because he's not an evil spirit by any means. I know some people don't like the occult, that sort of, and I understand that makes people uncomfortable. I understand that, but it's nothing like that at all. When you get on sometimes the ghosts don't come talk to you.
It's a little like that.
Well,
he has the soul of our father, but it's where there's a miscommunication. Where with the Ouija board, you don't know what ghost you're speaking with.
Absolutely. This definitely
could be a devil ghost.
You're either talking to our passed on father, or you're not talking to him because he's not feeling up to it at that moment, and it's only one of those two options. You're not concerned about it being some other spook or specter. There's not but one soul inside. And
let's be honest, he would pull that shit when he was alive.
Well, he did do that a lot. That's true. That's
like,
kind of.
Daddy, will you take me out to the park to throw the ball around? Well, no, I'm sick.
Very ill. Always had a lot of health trouble. But we did, and it took him. He's gone. We lost our father.
He's dead, but he's still the same. Like I'm still Phillip Berrynutt.
And I'm still Edgar. Nothing's changed over here.
And nothing changed but the players in the game.
That's exactly right. That's it.
Game ain't changed. Is that what they say?
Something like that. There's a lot of things that, I can't keep up with all the sayings these days, but I've heard that before, and I'm pretty sure I know what it means.
Give me some skin.
That one I know. That one indeed I do know.
High five.
High five. Oh yeah. Oh, what was it? Remember they would answer the phone. Hello. What was it they did all the time?
Knock.
Knock up. Or it's knock. What's up? Yes, that's it. One of those two things. When they would answer the phone, it was terribly, terribly funny. A lot of great commercials have changed our culture.
Good.
Another one,
Campbell's soup.
Absolutely, one of the best.
One of the best soups.
Best soups out there, as far as I'm concerned. If
I
want
one of the best soups there is.
Yes, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We could sit here and talk about soup, and we could sit here and talk about commercials, and we could sit here and talk about what we like about that or what we don't like about that. But I tell you what, I want. Bless his soul, God rest his soul.
Father. Sometimes my own voice sounds strange to me.
Well, it takes some getting used to over here too, and it may take some getting used to for a few of our listeners. But I guarantee, if you stick with this by the end, you're gonna love him as much as you always loved him.
Won't even think about it.
Absolutely. But there's a lot going on in this country right now, and there's a lot of shameful, horrific, unbelievable things I never thought I would ever see in my lifetime.
Can you believe that we're living through times such as these?
I would have laughed at a science fiction book that had these words in it telling me this. I would have laughed at it. I would have thrown it in the garbage. I said, "This is the dumbest rocket ship science book I ever read in my life."
Can you imagine bringing home a book with a rocket ship on it and turning the page to see a nation's media ruining the greatest president a nation has ever had?
It just makes me sick to my stomach.
And that's what you're reading instead of a rocket ship?
I'd be furious. And I'd laugh. I'd say, this is crazy. This could never happen. But by God, I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen a man persecuted like this. All he has done is tried to get into office and do exactly what he promised all of you Americans he would do. It was a deal. He said, "I'm going to do this," and you said, "I'm going to vote for him," and that's it.
He's a deal maker. And the media wakes up every morning and says, "How can I hurt the president today and America at the same time?"
At the exact same time. They don't have any regard. I don't know which one they hate the most. I have no idea.
To me, they're the same.
Same here. Same here. That man is our president. That man is running this country, or trying his best to. And let me say right now,
they say he's crazy. I'd be crazy too if I had to put up with the media.
Well, let's say right now, I want to commend our president and let him know that I'm paying attention and how wonderful it is to see him holding it together like this. How he's being a rock. How now he gets
grace under fire.
Absolutely.
And pressure.
Did you see him this morning? Now, he spoke this morning at a commencement speech, I believe, for Coast Guards, people who want to do that sort of work for a living, be in boats and protect this nation.
It's similar to the military.
Something, yeah, but not quite there. It's almost, the military are definitely in boats at different times, without a doubt. I'm not arguing that, but
are these the ones who drive them to the military ships? And
they do. I think a lot of times they just say, "Hop,
like a chauffeur.
We'll give you a lift."
Like a chauffeur.
If they happen to see some drugs coming by, they'll say, they'll put a stop to it.
Bring those over here because we're so bored.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So he was giving this speech to all the almost military people who had graduated from almost military school, and he said, "I am," classic Trumpian understatement, "I am the most persecuted president."
Absolutely.
Like, there's not even another one close.
In history, he
ever
said.
History, all the presidents and kings, I would say.
Before presidents, that's what they were. They were kings,
and before they were kings, they were whatever's in the Bible.
But this
president
here, and I've seen all the little liberals typing away on their little computer saying,
that's what they do.
That's all they know how to do.
All they know how to do. They don't work.
They sit all day. If they're at work and they're supposed to be working, I guarantee you they ain't. They're sitting there with the little phones
to be the boss of a Whippoorwill and walk by and see them on their phones.
It sickens me.
Throw them outside.
Sickens me to think someone
fired
on the job, supposed to be in there, what makes this country work, on the job, and has plenty of time to get on a phone and say this or tweet that or whatever. It just makes me sick to my stomach.
Why would Trump want to bring a job back to a Whippoorwill who sits on the phone all day calling Trump names after he gave him the job that he spits in the face of with his Twitter and his the others?
Just makes me sick to my stomach.
It's infuriating.
Just makes me sick.
Hell yeah.
I don't blame
Hell
him.
Yeah.
But now they got on there and said, "Oh, most persecuted, the worst." All the and brought up, of course, Abraham Lincoln and John Kennedy and some of them other ones that got killed. But let me tell you, they were put out of their misery at least. I'd take a bullet to my head before I'd have to go through what they put this man through.
With trumpet wingers.
Makes me sick. Makes me sick to my stomach. Now, I know Lincoln, I think it took him a few days or something. He was in bed for a while, but he wasn't feeling nothing.
And that was back before doctors knew what they were doing.
They had no idea back then. Those were Civil War doctors. What was left of those.
And most of them had been murdered on the battlefield.
Just pitiful.
Or their arms or legs sawed off.
Certainly.
So they didn't have the appendages.
Did a lot of that back then.
Just a lot of sawing off.
But I guarantee you he didn't remember any of that, and it was over quick, even if it was a few hours or a day or however much.
But Trump will always remember.
Just, how could he not?
How could you forget? Slapped in the face.
When someone treats you like this, and this is honestly, this is what I believe it is. They talk about, and this is what I hear from a lot of these suck it up buttercup liberals a lot of the times.
Snowflakes.
Talking about getting hurt or I was abused and I can't do, this is abuse right here is what I'm witnessing day to day, what you're doing to this man, what the media is doing to this man. This is a traumatic experience.
Bullying.
It's absolutely bullying.
I thought Whippoorwills were against bullying.
I guess not.
Not if who they are bullying is Trump.
Watch what you say around this one here. It's traumatic. She was abused, or he was abused, or the dog was kicked.
That only matters for them.
Absolutely.
And not for Trump.
The rest of us have to go on with our life. Yeah, and Trump is not. It don't work for him. That's makes me sick to my stomach. Makes me sick to my stomach.
If I were Trump tomorrow, I would walk into the press room, and I would say, "Twigger warning. I'm being triggered."
Repeatedly. Over and over and over again.
Press raise their arms. Trump should say, "Triggered," and stalk out. Storm back to his quarters.
I tell you what, I wish
collapse on his bed, his face in the pillow.
I wish he'd do that.
Crying.
Well, I don't want him crying, but I just want him.
He never would.
He doesn't cry. Look at him. He fights back.
Strong. He's sturdy.
Absolutely. Look at him. Just look at his face.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances. Hey. Yep. Sometimes I just like to, because I say yeah a lot. It reminds me of Kendrick.
Who's that?
Kendrick.
Kendrick?
Wamar.
Kendrick. I don't know. I'm not aware of him. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I'm aware of what that is. But if you like it, I'm sure it's good.
Yeah, I turn on a top 40 station every once in a while.
Well, you know me. I like the old song. Now,
if it's not T.G. Sheppard, my brother doesn't want to hear it.
Well, now, my ex-wife, Robin, And I just wasn't. I was one of those people who just wasn't into music. Period. I didn't like music much at all. Any kind of music, I just turned that off. I just assume have it be quiet.
Always thinking, my boy.
Well, I wouldn't go so far. Relaxing sometimes. I got to rest, and music gets in the way of that, and or used to. And then my wife, Robin, loved TG. He just thought he was the best, and I did too. And since then, I listen to him all the time. If I want to hear music, and at one time, like I said, I did not want to ever hear music, but now. When I want to hear music, it's T.G. Sheppard. I want to put that on and listen to it.
And all I want to say is a warning. Just don't let yourself get too close to warping again.
Well, it's
not without thinking it through.
This is, well, first off, legally, I can't get too close. Let's just get that out of the way right now. There's a restraining order. I can't, getting close is not an option for me.
I've detected a thaw.
Well,
in your relationship.
It's things are what they are. We make the best of them from day to day.
She wants something from you.
Well,
I don't know what it is.
All I want from her is for her to be happy, and same for my son, Bill Berrynutt Jr. I wish nothing but happiness for them both, and I do miss her terribly. That I will admit. And often think of her, but other than that,
She told me that you were going to take her to see King Arthur.
Well, I wanted to. I had planned on that, and she decided against it. She thought it.
Well, when she said it to me, she rolled her eyes after she said it.
And
I thought, well, he's going out of his way. It's nice that she's giving it a chance, but to me, she's trying to get a pause on something.
Well, I don't know if it's so much that as it's just Robin. She has her ways, and that's just how she is sometimes.
Yeah,
but
Robin has her ways.
She's a beautiful woman, and a sweet soul. But yeah, she turned me on to TJ, and that's all I listen to as far as music is concerned this day and age. So,
what was the last T.G. Sheppard song you listened to?
Oh,
what were you listening to? What you have on in the car?
I don't really know.
That was a toe tapper.
I don't really know the names of the songs. I'll be honest.
Twack two.
Just if I'll put that tape on or play this CD, either that, and I recognize his voice, and that's all that really matters. I don't get the words. I don't hear so much.
Does he sing "Honey Sandwich"?
He might. I wouldn't know. He might.
You don't listen to the words that much, or the sound. It's just sort of an activity that you tune out as you're doing it.
Music, I thought, was. I did not do that at all.
It's something you have to fight against.
It's not fighting against it at all. It's just it's on, and when it's his voice, I like it. Robin liked it. I like it. But as far as what he's saying, or what song or track or which album or thing, that I don't think it's necessary for me to enjoy it. I just like it as it is, and I like it the way I like it. Not ashamed of that at all.
We should get him to record a theme song for us.
Oh, I'd be flattered. I'd say that right now. I'd be flattered. And you know who else? I bet Robin would think that was something else if he did that. Yeah. She would never stop talking about that. I know that. She would be, what was he like? And, was he nice? And I'm sure
when he drove off, she'd probably be sitting in the passenger seat next to T.G. Sheppard.
I don't know about that. She'd probably won't,
her arms around him.
I don't know about, liking someone's music and putting your arms on
just
them.
Watch out.
Two different things. It's just two different things.
Just be on the lookout.
Well, you know what, media out there? I hope you're enjoying yourself, and I hope you're having a good time, because this behavior is about to stop. This chaotic energy, this chaos, all the words, the accusations.
Mountains out of molehills.
Just constantly would make anyone crazy, and Lord knows it hasn't made our president crazy, because he's stronger than that. Keep bringing it to him, because it ain't going to matter to him. He's going to get to the business of making this country great, and you guys will just be flapping in the wind as far as I'm concerned. that day is coming because he's about to get things back on track. There are rumors in the Beltway that his old friend, and now this man was his campaign manager years ago, Corey Lewandowski.
Corey.
It's said that President Trump's going to bring him in there and rein in all of this behavior to get in there, stop this chaos, somebody be in charge, take care of these idiots. I've had it. Where's Corey at? And Corey,
where's Corey?
Let me tell you right now, this man is going.
Where is Corey?
He's going to get in there. He's going to grab people by the arms. He's going to be jerking them this way, jerking them that way. Get to it. I don't have time for you to figure this out. He's going to be. Everybody's going to get a yank.
On.
Yes, absolutely, and they'll be getting to work as well.
That's what you need. That's what you need.
Well, Lord knows
in a chief of staff or whoever he will be. Press secretary. What's he going to be?
I'm not sure what title he will have, but it's just like get in here and take care of this, you know.
Yanking czar.
Well, if we need one, then so be it. Let him get in there and yank who needs to be yanked because we need to stop this. The people in
Secretary of yanking.
The people in there right now ain't yanking at all, as far as I can tell.
If they're yanking, it's their own puds.
Well, that may be the case.
Sitting around yanking their own puds and leaking, yanking their puds and then leaking it.
Leaking. Yeah,
that's the real story here.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
The president said it was the real story. Why do I have to repeat what the president said?
We shouldn't have to, but it's hard to hear the man
over Comey this.
Yeah.
Russia that.
Yeah.
He tried to get the FBI director to call off the investigation that shouldn't have been happening in the first place.
Absolutely. He gave out classified information to his good friends.
To his friends.
People say, oh, the Russians. Well, yes, they happen to be Russian.
That's
Absolutely.
Racist.
Absolutely.
That's racist.
It is racist.
Tell me another race of people that you could say that about. Oh, the president shouldn't have given that classified information to those Argentinians.
Absolutely. You wouldn't be saying that.
You'd be laughed off of Twitter. You'd be fired from your job and your name rake through the mud on Facebook. Oh, this racist said that the president can or can't do his job. Argentina, just despicable. We've got this PC culture has gone too far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until it goes in the direction that I don't want it to.
Absolutely. It just makes me sick. Every time it goes in a direction that I don't want it to, it drives me up the wall. And it would anybody else too. But these men are his friends. And I tell you another friend, I would like to give a thank you. And I'm sure these men are way too busy to listen to this. But I want to thank right now Mr. Vladimir Putin.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, he's trying to help, and this is what we want. Liberals want us to fight with Russia. They want us to be in war all the time. That's what Hillary wanted, so that's what we want.
Think for yourselves.
Please, somebody.
What is Hillary's new organization called?
I don't know.
Better Together or Forever, Together Forever?
No idea.
Rick Astley song.
Don't want to know what it is. It's another way for them to make money. Let's just say what it is.
That's all it is.
Send in your checks. Yeah.
Who would want to work for a Hillary Clinton organization? Because apparently what they do is just shoot you. Get shot in the head.
Well,
is that what you want?
We know if you
I just graduated from college. I have a resume here. Let me see. Who is hiring? Well, Hillary Clinton has Together Forever, an organization that shoots people in the head. Let me get a cover letter together so that I can apply to be another in this long trail of Hillary Clinton murdered people.
Throw your body on the pile. I don't know what's wrong with young people. I don't understand. It's a disease. Liberalism is a disease. It makes you sick. And I don't know what the cure is. I don't understand how people think this way. I'll just say that. I don't, and it doesn't make any sense. It is an illness. I believe that in my heart, and we have got to find some way to help these people. We've got to, because otherwise they're going to drive us crazy, and they're going to destroy this country, given any opportunity that they can.
I don't want to help them. I want to help them get out of this country.
Well, if there was a pill I knew I could get...
And get them on a plane or a boat. Go back to wherever you came from. Not America.
Oh, absolutely not. Well, before that.
Before
that, yeah.
You came to America.
But if there was a pill you could give to them that would make them start using their brains, whatever portion is not working, I'd give it to them. I'd
force it down their throats.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just to,
hell yeah. Disgraceful. Sickening.
It absolutely is. And it's sickening me that you have pushed and shoved and bullied members of Congress, and now Deputy Attorney General or whatever he is. Special counsel is what we're going to have. We're going to have I hope you're happy. I hope everybody's happy.
I'm not.
I'm not either. It's a waste of time. My tax dollars are going to have to go into this, pay this man, pay his salary to go snooping around.
Do you know what a special prosecutor is?
A pain in the, I'll tell you that to our president, a pain in the you-know-what.
Why are we paying someone to be a pain in the you-know-what?
He gets enough of that already. Why do you need my money to pay this man?
The media does it for free.
Absolutely. Makes me sick to my stomach. But I do want to thank Vladimir Putin. He tried to step in and help in this situation. That's what friends do.
That's what friends are for.
And what did the people just scoff at him? You know, this is an important man. He runs a country. He didn't do that overnight. He's accomplished something in his lifetime, and the way that people treat and talk about him and just, well, that's how they talk about our president. That's the same way. There's no difference. No difference.
I don't understand why people are so upset over just telling people, friends talking. You're my brother. You're my friend. If I told you, let me tell you the name of some people in Israel or who work for Israel. They're in Syria. They're deep undercover, but let me give you some names or let me give you some information that can be used to work backwards to out them.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's locker room talk. It's just friends. It's boys being boys.
That's all it is. And you know what? The way the media is bullying him, they don't want him talking to anybody. They're mad when he has his own daughter there in the White House. Oh, he's going to be telling her things. Well, God forbid he tells his daughter anything, or his son-in-law, or whatever other relative he happens to have in there, or business partner. These people are the people that he loves, that he trusts.
He's not allowed to talk to the Russians. He's not allowed to talk to his daughter. He's not allowed to talk to his son-in-law.
Nope.
He's not allowed. Who is he supposed to talk to?
I guess nobody.
If not the Russians or his relatives. He just, they like him just staring at the television.
That's good. You know why they like that? Because he's looking at them. That's
what they want.
That's what they want.
That's what they want.
You know, don't take time to talk to your daughter. Don't take time to talk to your Russian friends. Come get in here and put it on channel whatever and just, you know.
Look at me.
Look at me. Look at me. And you know what, you're going to watch me just be the biggest butthole that I can be.
Wolf
right to
Blitzer.
Your face. Wolf Blitzer makes me sick to my stomach. Wolf Blitzer is going to
he's on his way out.
Judge a president, a Trump or a Vladimir Putin, men who have accomplished things that Wolf Blitzer could never. Wolf Blitzer's lucky to have the job that he's got. I don't know how he got it.
Very lucky.
A lucky man. It wasn't talent and skill. I don't know. There's got to be something going on there. I don't know what it is.
Hell no. Hell no.
Makes me sick to my stomach.
What you should do is write it down in a memo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. Now, this was...
Then it's important all of a sudden.
Absolutely. Oh, that's a big deal. Put it in a memo.
Oh, let me just write a thing down on a piece of paper and call it a memo, and now I can get the president kicked out of office.
Oh, I'm shaking in my boots. I hear that this man that used to run the FBI...
9 feet tall, a monster.
He is. He is a big man. Had plenty of time just to write things on paper and put it in a drawer, put it in. You know what? I can write whatever the hell I want on a Post-it note, put it on the refrigerator. That don't mean nothing.
It means get eggs.
Absolutely. Trump said this, Trump said that. Well, I ain't seen these things, first off, but if they are there, so be it. How are we supposed to know? Now, from the few things that I've heard, and this is, you know, this is our president trying to give the man running the FBI the respect that is due to him in that position. And when they sit to talk, he makes sure that Steve Bannon and who's the other one in there with him? Mike Pence, Vice President Mike Pence, or Reince Priebus, if he happens to be there, which I don't think he's there that often, but occasionally he may be there.
He drops by.
He tells them to leave the room before he gives any time to Comey.
Well, that's convenient.
Well, he giving him his full attention.
Only Comey is there, so that Comey can make up his stories for his fridge Post-its.
Absolutely. And I don't doubt you any. I guarantee you, how many times do you think he said, any way you can have them leave the room? I have some confidential or whatever it is I got to tell you. And then he can just whip out a little piece of paper.
Sessions was one of them. Sessions.
That's right.
He's probably asked to leave the room occasionally.
That
because he's a powerful man.
Well, that and
who makes people nervous.
Other reason has nothing to do with that or any kind of recusal or anything like that. Yes, absolutely. When a man, it's hard to focus and have a conversation if you have somebody like Jeff Sessions standing in the room with you.
His brain makes noise as he thinks. I've always heard.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They said when he was in Alabama, he would sit at his big oaken desk thinking hard on ways to stop racism. And his brain, you could hear the quicks. The quicks and the whirs.
Just like a machine, a pristine machine, and its gears working just like it's supposed to. That's the kind of man, that's the kind of brain that's in a man like Jeff Sessions, without a doubt. Without a doubt. But I hope who is this Mr. Mueller, whoever this man is, and now I understand from everybody that this on the computer, which I don't necessarily trust them all the time. It's hard to believe any fake news, but I gather from Republicans and Democrats, a lot of people seem to think that this man has integrity. This is the kind of man for the job. He will not be partisanly swayed. And I tell you what, you better be worried about that, liberals, Dems, because if this is a man of integrity, this will be over in a week. I guarantee you. You wait and see.
People will say, remember when we were worried about Russia? Like New Coke or Rubik's Cube.
Oh, I remember those.
See how foolish we were?
Absolutely. That Pet Rock. I remember that. That was just. I didn't think it was funny at the time, but now thinking back about it, it's just funny because people were so stupid
running around
doing that. Yeah,
like an idiot.
Yeah, just a bunch of damn.
I don't recall for certain, but I believe that President Trump has said he never owned a pet rock.
Oh, why would he?
But he wished that he had come up with the idea to punish the foolish by taking their money.
Well, if you come up with that idea, you deserve to have every cent taken from you.
And buy a walk. What a time.
It was crazy. And this is in the times, this is in the 70s. And you hear a lot of people talking about the 70s, 80s, whatever, mainly 70s, with President Nixon. Let's drag this. This man has passed on. This man has dealt with. Why they want to dig him up out of the grave and just drag his body all over the White House again, throw his bones and his corpse all over the current president. It makes me sick how disrespectful the media is.
Wub his corpse all over Trump. Wub it.
Makes me sick.
Makes me sick. Whipper will say, "Oh, I don't believe in torture." Well, what are you doing to Donald Trump?
What is this? Give me another definition of what this is. If it is not torture, keeping him up all night watching TV, he's having the TiVo show after show after show. They're saying he doesn't hardly get any sleep because he's got to sit up and listen.
He has to watch all the news, take it in, then translate it into Twitter speak and disseminate it to his people, us.
Thank God we got somebody that has the time to do that. Now, that's a man on the job right there. And you complain about him golfing. If you sit there and stare at a TV for 25 days, you need to get outside every now and then.
Your eyesight starts to go.
Get mad at him for
people say fake news, fake news. Well, here's the man who's trying to stop the fake news.
And I wish him all the best in that, and I think he will be victorious at some time, but we're going to have to go. It's going to get worse before it gets better, folks, but buckle up because
hell yeah.
Lewandowski's coming back.
Yanking
people into shape.
That was what he was doing. Luckily, Trump called, but he was working on a workout regimen. Got yanked into shape. The Lewandowski workout.
Well, I hope he puts that workout on everybody.
Just him in your face, pulling on you. Hey!
Well, they all need that. They deserve it. Everybody working for Trump deserves just what you described.
Look here on the computer. Here's an example. All this going on. Our President Trump. Working despite the forces out to get him. The Washington Post.
Make me sick. Oh, this.
But a little good news. Trump seeks deep cuts to public education programs in pursuit of school choice. Thank God.
Well, you got to sacrifice some things to make some things work.
Thank God.
Just
make some deep cuts. He's still working to make America great. It's not great right now.
He's not stopping. He's working. Jeff Sessions working. A lot of folks just.
If he put all the reporters in jail, as he dreamed about, America would be great now.
It would have been 2 weeks in, I guarantee you. I guarantee you.
Now it's just frustrating.
Well, there's a lot of people that hate this country. There's a lot of sick people with a diseased mind that bites the hand that feeds them over and over again, the hand that hands over freedom.
But thank God for President Trump, and thank God for the Russians.
God bless him. God bless them all.
And for Putin. For Fox News.
Still on there. You trying to take them all out one by one, but it's still on.
And us doing our part.
Still here.
We are a good political podcast.
Your voice is different. Mine is the same. It doesn't matter. We're going to keep on doing this. It's important work, and I take responsibility with this. If I can get through to 2 Americans listening to this,
who would you pick?
Oh, goodness, I don't know about that. Let me think about that. Like the 2 worst liberals that if I could have them in a room, is that what you're saying?
If you could get the 2 worst liberals, Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, my God. I wouldn't want to be in a room with that one right there, but okay.
And Lena Dunham.
Who?
She's the little one from HBO.
Oh, the one that had sex with her sister, her baby sister.
That's her.
Oh, God, I wouldn't want to be in a
All
room with
she's
her
done.
either.
That is all she's done.
And give her a show.
Give her a show about it.
Going to go out to Hollywood, have a big. I want to meet the biggest producer there is. I want to meet those HBO people. This is what our president has to deal with.
This is the America Whipples want.
This is what Obama was doing.
Now we have to sit for 6-7 seasons of a Weena Dunham show because she got on a train to Hollywood and wet some producers jerk off while she spun stories of incest.
I'll tell you another woman I don't like. That Rachel Maddow. Those three right there. If I could get them in a room,
So, if you could get Rosie O'Donnell, Lena Dunham, and Rachel Maddow in a room, and then what are we doing?
Just
walking the door and going to see King Arthur.
Yeah, sign me up for that right there. Just leave them all.
I will go with you.
Let them just yammer amongst themselves.
We don't need Robin.
Well, if Robin...
And then Tallywhackers?
Robin likes action-adventure movies. I don't know if she likes the sword and sorceress.
I thought we'd have a brothers' night out.
Well, we can. We can.
Go King Arthur, then Tallywhackers.
Well, I'll have a drink or two. Lord knows I need one. Lord knows I need one after dealing with this.
Woman said she'd let you take her to the quilt show at the community center.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. You be sure and tell her that till I see her then. You give me the date, give me the time, and that sounds wonderful. I look forward to that. That'll be something I'll enjoy. Looking forward to that. Spending the day with Robin doesn't get any better than that, and I need a little bit of sunshine.
Watch your back.
Well, I need a little bit of sunshine because the media and this world, and it ain't providing me none. And meanwhile, while all this is going on, now today, the Dow, lowest it's been, 8 months or something like that. Are you happy, media?
The media says that Trump is endangering the world by giving away the secrets. The media's the one reporting it. If anyone kills an Israeli spy, it's the media's fault, not Donald Trump's.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Not Donald Trump's.
All the Dow's going down. Things are uncertain. Well, shut your damn mouth, why don't you? Why don't you shut your damn mouth and sit down and just watch... Give someone a chance, for God's sake.
Trump causes chaos. The media causes chaos by reporting on Trump's chaos that they caused by upsetting him.
Over and over again. It's a little game to them right now. Well, quit bullying this man. He has business to do. He has the most important business on the planet Earth at the moment. So you just get off of his back.
Now,
let him do his job.
He's strong. And he's smart.
Well, absolutely.
And he's a man.
Indeed he is.
A real man.
Not many left.
But he can still hurt. Don't hurt our president. Don't make Donald Trump cry. Now, if Obama cried, that's to be expected.
He cried all the time. Anytime a child gets shot, any opportunity that he could squirt out a few, he would. Are the cameras running? Was there some children killed? Let me get there immediately. And the media just loved being there with him. They just loved it. Just in as many pictures as they could get.
It was just trolling the NRA. Every time he cried. How can I troll the NRA today? Maybe I'll cry over these children. Despicable, sickening. Now we have a real man. And if he cries, it's because of what you did to him, not because of what he imagines happened at the scene of a mass murder. He's feeling it personally.
How could he go to something like that if it, God forbid, something like that happened?
He would go and he would say, oh, maybe I can help. Maybe there'd be a child still clinging to life. And he would try to do CPR.
Oh, but if they were okay, he could give them a hat.
He could throw hats to the injured children.
People mad about that. How dare the president throw hats to children? Good God.
They don't want him to do. They don't want him to give CPR. They don't want to get him to throw a hat. Because they want to say Comey. They want to say Memo.
Memo.
They want to say, did you try to stop the investigation? What investigation? The silly one? Yes, I tried to stop it. I tried to stop silliness. I'm the president of the United States of America. We don't have time for silliness. We have to make America great again. Was my slogan.
Well, and we're going to. It may get worse before it gets better.
Let's just recap this briefly before we go. Just to point out how stupid this all is.
Oh, just a waste of time.
Because he's already said there was no collusion.
Repeatedly, he said that. He said it's a farce. It's
today.
A joke. Of course, he said it again today.
Wait, why?
What else is he going to say? I told you this 40 damn times. How much do you
put it on a hat that he can throw to a mourner or someone who's been shot, bleeding, and then the press will see it as they're writing their articles. They'll say, "Oh, no collusion is what was on that hat." Now I see.
Well, it's too late for that.
So he got in trouble. It's hard to keep up with because they work overtime. It's every day with the press.
Every minute, every second of the day,
something new every day.
One thing's not enough. This isn't enough. This scandal isn't enough.
Oh, and God forbid that if you don't jump up and down on Trump's pre-grave. Like, oh, Trump, John McCain says, well, I'm troubled, or whatever he says. Who
listens to that man anymore?
But it's not enough. It's not enough for the press.
Used to have respect for that man. Makes me sick now.
If he walked over and swapped our president's face with his pink, soft hands.
Well, he can't lift his hands high enough to do that, I don't think. Trump would have to crouch down. He'd have to trick him somehow to get him to do that first.
Trump would never fall for it.
Well, of course he wouldn't. Why?
McCain is no Brer Rabbit. He's old. His brain.
I'm surprised he's
not agile.
He's still with us, to be quite honest with you.
Is he?
Well, I don't know about that. There's people
Lindsey Graham.
Those people are talking about Trump doesn't have his faculties, or he's not. He has
crazy president,
Alzheimer's or whatever. They're saying all this stuff. McCain is 106 years old, and we're going to listen to him over a virile 70-year-old man.
Oh, so virile. So virile. So
I don't
very virile.
I don't want to hear. Now, I'm going to say it, and don't take this the wrong way, because I think this is how Trump meant to say it. He is not a hero to me. It has nothing to do with his service. Has nothing to do with him. And I thank him for his service. And I thank him for getting captured. I appreciate him doing that for the country. But he's no hero for a lot of other reasons. Has nothing to do with the Army.
But even that, he could have done better.
Well, of course he could have done better.
There's always room for improvement.
Absolutely. Just to say, well, I got caught, and that's the end of the story.
Give me a senatorship. Well, horse hockey. Do more. Improve. Be a better person. Be a better John McCain.
Lord knows we need one. I don't think that exists anymore. I don't think that exists anymore. I really don't.
It's as if Sarah Palin sucked out of him everything that was good and decent and left him a shell of a man.
Nothing left.
And she took it and with the McCain energy rose to greater heights, infused it with her own perfect Sarah Palin-ness.
Well, everybody says Sarah Palin, where is she now? What's she doing now? She's having a big time. She's enjoying life. She's just having as much fun as anyone who ran for president could. We saw a picture of her not too long ago with, so I believe, some musical artists that I'm unaware of, but bless her heart, she likes that kind of fast lifestyle and having a good time, and people still want to run her down. To this day, still want to run that woman down.
She's been through so much, and if you're in denial, you can say sexism had nothing to do with it. But she's been through so much. Let's let her have a few years of debauchery.
She's earned it.
She's earned it.
And I hope our president will have that opportunity someday, because God knows he's earned it. And for you to get mad at him just playing a few rounds of golf, that man, he deserves to go. Well, he is about to go on vacation, and I hope he enjoys it. I know he's got some diplomatic ceremonies and duties to perform.
They won't even let him have a vacation where he doesn't have to.
He's working. I'm sure he chose to do that as well. I'm sure that was his. If we're going to go over there, I'm going to meet folks.
I'm sure because he's tireless.
Well, I hope he enjoys being out of this country, because the way this country is treating him, and I hope he gets the respect that he deserves.
I'm going to say I am sure he will be glad to leave the press behind and not have to answer any questions while he's over there.
That's Spicer's job. That's what he's supposed to do.
But to me, the hat says, make America great again, not the world.
Not his job.
Let them elect their own Donald Trumps. He's ours, ladies.
Yeah, don't get too comfortable over there.
Please
enjoying
back.
that. We need you back here, and I know it's probably tempting to him. Hell, if I were him, I wouldn't come back the way I was treated. I'll say it right now.
Well, what does the McDonald's taste like over there?
I think it's different. From what I understand, it's different.
But he could afford to say, I would like McDonald's, and then the plane flies to New York City and picks up a Big Mac and takes it back over to wherever he is, Brussels, Russia.
Well, he can arrange that. He's the most powerful man in the world. If that's what he wants to do, if that's what he needs to eat to perform his duties, so be it.
Let him eat it.
So be it. Well, people, we're going to be around, and we'll be here when things get rough and things get confusing, and you feel, because after you watch him get bullied, you start to feel bullied too. You just feel your heart goes out to the man.
In a way, we are being bullied.
Well, we absolutely are, without a doubt. But this is abuse. It's traumatic abuse. What they're we've won fair and square. One fair and square. They cannot stand that. That drives them crazy.
Elections have consequences. That's what their king said.
There's a
King
winner.
Obama of Africa.
There is a winner. There is a loser.
And who is the winner? Donald Trump and us. And who is the loser? You.
All of you whiny, self-important, squawky little babies. Enough. Somebody give them a rattle and put the sucker thing in the mouth.
Suck it.
That's all I got to say to those folks. So don't feel alone. Support our president. Support this country.
Quack, quack.
Be a patriot. And do the best you can. God bless all of you, and God bless United States of America, and God bless President Donald J. Trump.
Cluck, cluck, moo. Well, I hope you're proud of yourselves. You just listened, screwed Phillip and Edgar, the Berrynutt Boyz. Your money's on the dresser.